Welcome to episode 111 of the Lore of the Rings podcast. To paraphrase a famous Hobbit, 111 episodes is too short a time to wander Middle-earth with such excellent and admirable fellow wanderers. And it is a compliment to say, I don't know half of you half as well as I should like, and I like less than half of you half as well as you deserve. If this episode has sparked your interest and brought a smile to your face, we kindly invite you to support the Lore of the Rings podcast. You can make a difference by contributing to some items on our wish list at buymeacoffee.com/LOTR podcast. As of this recording, we're working on purchasing a new mic that will increase the audio quality of the show, as well as a couple of Tolkien-related books that we can draw on to further explore the world and works of J.R.R. Tolkien. Your generosity, no matter the size, ensures that our journey through Middle-earth continues. You can find the wish list at buymeacoffee.com/LOTR podcast, or click the link in the show notes. Thank you for being a part of our adventure. Today we delve into J.R.R. Tolkien's beloved novel, The Hobbit, and compare the chapter Not at Home to its adaptation in Peter Jackson's film series. Let's wander.
Do you ever find yourself thinking about who would win in a fight between Goku and Superman? Hi, I'm James Gavsey, and on the Who Would Win show, me and my co-host Ray ignore anything important happening in the outside world and debate fictional battles between characters from comics, movies, and video games.
We got a new show every week, and almost always am I the winner.
Yeah, not true, Ray.
In the past, we've discussed such matches as Captain America versus Darth Vader, Solid Snake versus the Iron Giant, classic matchups like RoboCop versus Terminator, and even the Muppets versus Sesame Street.
That one was crazy. So if you're a fan of geek culture and love a spirited debate, check out the Who Would Win show wherever you get your podcasts, or check us out at whowouldwinshow.com.
What's so special about Hero Bread's soft, fluffy, and delicious breads, buns, and tortillas? These ultra-low net-carb baked goods contain zero sugar, fewer calories, and more protein than the leading brands, and are high in fiber to support gut health. Shop now at hero.co.
It's hard to pinpoint where the chapter Not at Home begins in the film adaptations. Instead, its content seems to be chopped up and interspersed throughout the movies as tension breaks amidst the action sequences. One key moment is when Bilbo finds the Arkenstone, which plays a crucial role in both the film and the overall Hobbit tale. In the book, Bilbo discovers the Arkenstone during the events of the Not at Home chapter. However, in the third Hobbit film, this moment takes place during the riddle game with Smaug from the previous film. By doing so, the filmmakers heightened the significance of the Arkenstone as a driving force behind the conflict between Thorin and the other characters. Another scene adapted from the Not at Home chapter is when the dwarves witness Smaug's devastating attack on Lake Town. While all the dwarves stand in shock and devastation, one stands apart, Thorin. Instead of sharing the dwarves' dismay, he gazes back at Erebor, mentally fixated on the treasure within, possibly even the Arkenstone. This alteration in Thorin's behavior emphasizes his growing obsession with wealth, setting up his internal struggle and transformation throughout the film. It's a departure from the book's portrayal, yet it adds depth to his character and contributes to the overall narrative arc. In the book, the dwarves' discovery of their gold triggers a shift in their demeanor. They become brave, almost merry, and celebratory. Fili and Kili even play music, filling the halls of Erebor with a joyous atmosphere. Thorin, the leader of the company, is portrayed as lighthearted, basking in the fulfillment of the dwarves' quest for their homeland and treasure. This portrayal highlights their love for the riches and their pride in reclaiming their rightful place. However, the film adaptations take a departure from the book in their depiction of the dwarves' reactions. Instead of becoming merry and celebrating, the films emphasize their obsession with the treasure. Thorin, in particular, becomes increasingly fixated on the gold, specifically the Arkenstone, losing his lightheartedness. This alteration contributes to the overarching theme of greed and the corrupting influence of power and treasure. It amplifies the internal struggles faced by Thorin and sets the stage for his character development. The changes made in the film adaptations, while diverging from the book's portrayal, are good for the story in terms of staying true to Tolkien's essence and themes. By amplifying the dwarves' obsession with the treasure, the films delve deeper into the darker aspects of greed and its impact on individuals and relationships. This alteration aligns with Tolkien's exploration of the corrupting influence of power. a recurring theme in his works. To quote from The Hobbit in a previous chapter, quote, "The sort of rage that is only seen when rich folk that have more than they can enjoy suddenly lose something that they have long had but have never before used or wanted." The emphasis on Thorin's transformation from a joyful and light-hearted leader to an increasingly consumed and conflicted character adds depth and complexity and a bit of darkness to the story. It allows for a more nuanced exploration of the consequences of unchecked desire for wealth and the sacrifices it demands. While the book's portrayal of the dwarves' joy and merriment showcases their initial elation at reclaiming their homeland, the film's adaptation serves to enhance the narrative tension and thematic resonance. It highlights the internal conflicts faced by the characters and serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of succumbing to the allure of material wealth. In the book, Thorin gives Bilbo the mithril shirt as a down payment, representing a portion of Bilbo's share of the treasure. The act occurs in a cheerful and almost merry mood, signifying Thorin's appreciation for Bilbo's contributions as a burglar during their quest. Conversely, in the film adaptation, the mithril shirt is presented to Bilbo as armor in preparation for the impending battle. This alteration underscores the increasing urgency and tension surrounding the impending conflict and highlights Bilbo's growing involvement in the events beyond his initial role as a burglar. Ironically, Thorin confides in Bilbo and places his trust in him, despite harboring suspicions toward his fellow dwarves. Thorin's doubts stem from his growing obsession with the treasure and his fear that his companions may prioritize personal gain over their common cause. Bilbo, being a simple hobbit, is seen as less susceptible to the lure of wealth, making him the only one Thorin believes will not betray him. Thorin's trust in Bilbo stems from his recognition of Bilbo's innate integrity and his understanding that Bilbo's motivations lie beyond personal greed. Bilbo consistently demonstrates his loyalty, selflessness, and commitment to the company throughout their journey, earning Thorin's trust despite the skepticism he held towards Bilbo at the beginning. The irony arises from the fact that Bilbo, the seemingly unassuming hobbit, is the one who actually took and is hiding the Arkenstone, the very object that incites Thorin's growing obsession and eventual downfall. Bilbo's actions contrast with Thorin's expectations, challenging the preconceived notions surrounding the nature of heroism and the corrupting influence of power. Thorin's trust in Bilbo also reflects the theme of unlikely alliances and the power of steadfast friendships. Bilbo's loyalty and integrity serve as a contrast to the greed and ambition that afflict Thorin and possibly the other dwarves. This contrast amplifies the importance of trust, humility, and selflessness in navigating the perils of greed and power. Ultimately, the variations in Thorin's gift and trust in Bilbo deepen the narrative complexity and contribute to the exploration of Tolkien's themes. They serve to underscore the importance of trust, unlikely alliances, and the dangers of succumbing to greed and power. In conclusion, the chapter Not at Home may have been largely skipped in Peter Jackson's film adaptation, but its essence and key moments were dispersed throughout the movies. The filmmakers made deliberate choices to alter the narrative structure, focusing on the significance of the Arkenstone, Thorin's obsession with wealth, Bilbo's involvement, and the evolving dynamics between the characters. By scattering the content of the chapter and integrating it into various scenes, the films maintain a steady pace while capturing the essence of Tolkien's story. Join me in the next episode, where we will continue our exploration of J.R.R. Tolkien's The Hobbit. Thank you for wandering Middle-earth with me today. My friends, if you enjoyed this episode, let me know by subscribing, leaving a review, and sharing with your friends. Follow me on Facebook or Instagram at Lore of the Rings Podcast. For feedback on the show, please email me using the link in the show notes. Until next Thursday, remember, not all those who wander are lost.